The year dedicated to all you backstabbers, the fabulous OJs.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share. This video is going to be a demonstration of how for so many years R. Kelly has had so many people hiding in the bushes and really had terrible intentions for him. Some may have been really close to him at first, but you know, when things don't go people's way, they tend to turn on you. It's been going on since the day of the Bible, so why should those friends or those people that call themselves friends of R. Kelly be any different? Now, it was just funny that somebody had said that Tyrese was for R. Kelly. And you know, he might be, but again, if I had a close friend and I'm going through the worst time of my life and all they could do is post my music, I just don't think I could call them such a great friend. Especially when they have been tied to people who have spoken out against me. We know this industry is small, so many know each other. So the fact that you don't see any celebrities speaking out specifically for R. Kelly, but will come out and speak against other topics, says a lot. It's like they know their time is limited. And though they don't want to be tied to the R. Kelly case, they will speak out in their own way against the people they really don't have too many ties to. From the beginning of his career to where he is now, R. Kelly has always had those backstabber types in his circle. Many he was very much unaware of.
Who hasn't always been kind to R. Kelly? An incident over a bicycle left him quite for his life. The bullet in his shoulder. The bullet remains there to this day as a constant reminder of how mean the streets can be. This corner down here is where I got shot at, and we're gonna walk down here. It's not like I'm still there or you gonna still see some blood or something, but it was a while ago. We'll walk down here. I got not a brand new bike, but I got a bike. It was my first bike that I had ever had. And I was test driving it. You know, we used to say, how y'all doing? I was test driving it and I was riding the bike down this way. And as I was riding the bike, I got up to this corner right here. And as I was finna turn around, somebody from this direction shot me. I fell off the bike. I didn't know what had happened to me, but I fell off the bike. And next thing you know, I was in the hospital. But something that upsets me about my people today, we're not together like we should be. You know, every corner I go on, every corner when we're driving around, I see a fight or two here and there. You know, and it's always, you know, I hate to see it, me and my people. And I feel that it's not like it used to be back in the old school. We was much more together. We was much more organized, you know. So if you see my people, tell them I'm...
Sound kind of like how things are going now, huh?
Mother pushed me on and said, yo, I want you to go on, I want you to keep on doing this, you know, because you have something that God has given you that he hasn't given to everybody, you know, so I want you to go on and make this something that you want to do. Used to listen to a lot of Donna Hathaway, Stevie Wonder. lot of songs. I made some bad rhymes. I lasted out my life in stages with 20,000 people watching. We're alone now, and I'm singing this song to all of you. When I ask what happened to our miracle, you just say nothing's changed. Well, no need to hear those words again. Girl, you're telling me you wanna end and just be friends. Well, darling, there's no need to see this life once more. Honey, there's no need. I'll be the one to hit the door. Cause darling, there's no need. My mother man bought me two things. She bought me a long ranger set for Christmas and a guitar. I broke the long ranger set and I started messing with the guitar. And everything's been musical, man, ever since. R. Kelly has a personal. McDonald's is the place for you. When your day is through, you can go to McDonald's and get yourself a Big Mac, a Big Mac. Order of fries, ice and Coke, and an apple pie. No one doesn't like McDonald's, do. McDonald's and you. I'm gonna chat them out. Hey, how you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? Hey, baby. What's up? I used to come to McDonald's and sing for my meal, you know. Bust out a tune, you know, we go out the cane, you know, no. Okay, y'all take it easy. Alright.
Now, contrary to what the narrative is today, like he's just going to McDonald's preying on people, we know that's utter bullshit. He has deeper ties with this establishment.
Do that when you signed to Jive? What happened there? Was that a song or some demos that you did, or?
Yeah, management. Actually, I had got into some situation with management that I was with before I even got signed with Jive. I had a manager skip out of town with some money that we had won, you know, from a talent show, and there was a lot of trouble with that. And the day I broke up with him was actually the day I was bumming a transfer trying to get a bus to get home. And I was walking down 79th, and I walked past the Regal Theater, and it said a gospel play was going on. And I went in there, and I asked the guy, I said, yo, man, any more auditions going on? He said, no, we just closed it up, man. I said, man, give me a chance, man. Let me do something. I'm on my last dime here, you know. And they were like, well, that's it, man. So I started singing anyway. And I sang the song, Amazing Grace. And they introduced me to Barry Hankinson. I sang to Barry Hankinson. And he offered to put me in the play. And I said, you know, that's great. That's great. So as time went on, come to find out, he wanted me to, I told him that I could write. I didn't want to do the play. I wanted to write and do my own album. So once I showed him a couple of songs on the piano and a couple of demos, he was like, my God, you're right. You can write. You know, let's take you to Jive Records. And that's what we did.
So at the beginning of his career, he has this manager who runs off with his money. And it's kind of ironic how he says he broke up with him, but anyways, at some point he had to let him come back. And what's strange is, in letting him come back, it opened up another can of worms. So, of course, we know the story they put out about R. Kelly marrying Aaliyah in 95. But as we see in 98, of course, Barry Hankerson was still around. So I don't understand how people can still take that shit serious when why would this man stick around after his client is being accused of marrying his minor niece? According to Tiffany Hawkins, she met R. Kelly in 91 and dealt with him for a few years until she turned 18. She ended up pregnant, and that child was not R. Kelly's. So whose was it? According to this manager, he says he went to Jive, the record label, letting them know about R. Kelly's alleged problem. Is that really what happened? Or was he brought into a situation in which he can make some more money? Same man that was trying to sell this little collectible of R. Kelly and anything he could make a profit off of. So would it be far-fetched to believe that he would be just as willing to sell a fake-ass story? Same person that was out here campaigning to have Surviving R. Kelly shut down after he participated in it, of course. And then to say this same manager is going to testify against the singer about Aaliyah's fake ID. Nonetheless, he was the one on record saying that he did this. He told R. Kelly to do this. Not one time have we heard him say R. Kelly demanded him to do this, forced him to do this. None of that. Then moving on to the next shady manager, Barry Hankerson, the same person that gave this information of this marriage to Vibe magazine, and then later, allegedly, handed over this so-called sex tape of Aaliyah, not Aaliyah, I'm sorry, of R. Kelly, to Jim Derogatis. Not the police, to a journalist, Jim Derogatis, which is illegal. After this whole scandal reemerges, Surviving R. Kelly, said manager is promoting Aaliyah's music now. These people will do anything to profit. As stated in this blog source, although the source is identified by the initials BH, it's clear the reference is to Barry Hankerson, R. Kelly's former manager and the uncle of deceased pop star Aaliyah. It's funny when they speak on Barry Hankerson, they don't tell you about all of his shady business dealings with all his other artists, including JoJo, Tank, Timbaland, Missy, Genuine, all these artists end up in the same position as R. Kelly. So the fact that even they remain quiet is shocking to me. Coincidentally, Barry Hankerson's record label was sold in 2013 and is now acquired by Crazed Digital, Firefly Entertainment, and Rapier Records. They don't tell you about all the lawsuits Barry Hankerson had to endure for the shady business he did with his artists, such as Toni Braxton settling her multi-million lawsuit because she said he was pretty much double dealing her royalties. And the more that I look at R. Kelly's background, clearly somebody was auctioning off his publishing and doing pretty much the same thing. Not only that, but he was also sued by an ex of his in which she stated he tried to blow up her car, or actually did blow up her car, and he spread all these nasty rumors about her stating she had HIV. So if he can do all that to her and all these list of people, why would R. Kelly be the exception? Moving on to the next shady manager. Then you got Daryl McDavid, who in 2013 or 14 sued R. Kelly for not receiving wages, allegedly. But it's mighty funny. Another manager, Jeff Kowatnitz, or however you say his name, was on record stating that Daryl McDavid was in control of the finances. So how he and himself skipped paying theirself is a little bit unbelievable. Both of these people will sue for unpaid wages even though they were in control of the finances. How does that make sense? Moving forward, because there's just so many people that have been in and out of his life, and so many people who have claimed the title of management, it's a little bit hard to identify if anybody else has been in the mix. But let's just fast forward all the way to the last references, which are James Mason, who is supposed to be in control of the RSK Enterprises. And then you have this Don Russell. But hey, the last few months he's been stating he's not the manager, he's an advisor. So I'm not quite sure his position. Now, in the midst of dealing with all these shady managers, then you got people in your entourage. Then you got lawsuits emerging from people such as Christopher Mahoney, who claimed that Kelly and his entourage assaulted him during a pickup basketball game, in which he received 110 stitches on his face. Then you got people such as Henry Love, who R. Kelly affectionately called Uncle Henry or Uncle Love, sued him, claiming he was R. Kelly's dance whiz. According to this article, Henry Love filed a lawsuit claiming that the singer beat him and cheated him out of songwriting royalties for the hit Step in the Name of Love. Vaughn, who described himself in the suit as a longtime mentor and guide to Kelly, said that when he visited the R&B star home in Olympia Fields February 19th, Kelly and his entourage attacked him. But it's strange that he also was on his social media bragging about being in R. Kelly's video, The World's Greatest. Then you got people like this guy, Robert Hope Reed, who allegedly has been leaking information and organizing protests against R. Kelly for years while still smiling in his face. All the way up until 2019, he's putting on this front like he's riding for R. Kelly. See, just because people say they support R. Kelly, they love R. Kelly and all that, that means absolutely nothing. Ooh, looks like this guy is on the board in Chicago. Chance the Rapper. So, Robert Reed is a fire safety director. Interesting. See, the same people that'll be dancing all in the background, enjoying the life, will be the same people that will stab you in the back. According to this, R. Kelly even mentioned this guy in his book. Snoop Dogg was quick to speak out when Gail said something about Kobe. But again, they are quiet as a mouse when it comes to R. Kelly. As I've pointed out before, if you just do your timelines, you will come to find how convenient a lot of these accusers who have made these allegations against R. Kelly lines up with any success he's had. On top of that, think about all these lawsuits that have emerged because of shady deals gone bad between his attorneys and management. All in all, it seems that it was pretty much nobody that R. Kelly could really trust in his camp. Those that he knows for sure, I wouldn't know. Because anybody that is really close with R. Kelly, from what I'm observing, he doesn't want speaking out. And it would appear obvious because the same reason he didn't speak out. The more you speak, the more you incriminate yourselves. So when it comes to all these people involved, all you got to do is sit back and watch them. It don't take much exposing these people. They expose themselves. In conclusion, there's obviously been snakes all around R. Kelly from the beginning up until now. Just keep watching and let them reveal themselves. Have a great night.
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just. Are you sitting down with us today?